1976 is highly regarded as a high watermark in Hollywood history, the peak for so-called New Hollywood.
Yes, it's safe. It's very safe. It's so safe you wouldn't believe it.
Taxi Driver.
You talking to me?
Rocky. Carrie. All the President's Men.
Just follow the money.
This is an era dominated by the anti-hero. Common themes of rebellion, a distrust of authority, and moral ambiguity.
Well, do you, punk?
This is the era of Scorsese, Coppola,
Who's the commanding officer here?
the so-called
Ain't you?
movie brats. Truly amazing filmmakers and films from one of the most remarkable times in Hollywood's history. Contrast that with today and how times have changed. We live in a world, a time, that is so divided, so overwhelming in terms of technological advancement, and yet so underwhelming in terms of the human experience. Surely there is so much that film, TV, the arts in general could and should be talking about and dealing with. Yet there is so many social taboos and stigmas that are just off limits. In an effort to appease everyone, they entertain and please no one. And to be completely fair, even if they tried, would anyone really be watching? Or would they just be endlessly scrolling or swiping? So how do we get here? Well, that's probably too big a topic to cover in this video alone, but I think an excellent comment on modern life can be found in one of the prime examples of what the new Hollywood era has to offer. It's a movie called Network. Network is the tale of longtime news anchor Howard Beale, played by Peter Finch. The film depicts a television network, UBS, which is struggling for ratings. Beale, discovering he's being put out to pasture, has a mental breakdown.
I have decided to kill myself.
So what'd she say?
I'm going to blow my brains out right on this program a week from today.
10 seconds to commercial.
As a result, the network receives a huge ratings boost, which gives ambitious show producer Diana Christensen, played by Faye Dunaway, an idea.
It's not your show anymore, Max, it's mine.
She begins to develop ever more outrageous programming, a concept that takes Beale and UBS to unsettling extremes as they attempt to garner attention and capitalize on their growing ratings. Network warned us that television would turn us into dehumanized consumers of rage. It predicted that truth would be replaced by spectacle, and that anger would become the world's most valuable currency. For 50 years, we thought Network was a satire about the news and news media.
We'll do it live! F*** it!
We were wrong. It wasn't about TV. It was in fact a prophecy about the internet and social media, to be more precise. Following his outburst and threat to unalive himself live on air, instead of firing him or silencing him, the network turns him into a mad prophet, essentially to sell more ad space. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? The real world connotation is stark, isn't it? And what's worse is we're all willing participants in it, whether you're people like me who are in the
Boredom-killing business!
The people that make the content, or people presumably like you who are watching this video right now. We are all victims of the endless pursuit for attention. There's a terrifying line where Beale tells the audience,
You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs.
in 2026, we don't just watch the tube, we carry it in our pockets. We've curated our lives to look like content, whether it is or isn't. People do things performatively, for the gram, for the clicks. And when you think about it, we've been doing that for the best part of 2 decades now. We have become the very thing Beale warned us about. A modern gaggle who have lost our individuality, the ability to critically think, and are removed from genuine human emotion. We don't go to events, we watch them through our phones, recording videos of events we will rarely or never watch instead of enjoying and living in the moment. Another stark reflection of the modern media environment in the movie, UBS network execs don't care about truth, they only care about engagement. They fill our screens with psychics, terrorists, and loudmouths because it keeps you watching. Replace the TV network with the social network, and you've got the online experience. When I look at my timeline these days, I don't see connectivity. I see
the primal forces of nature,
stripping away the last bits of humanity, paving the way for whatever comes next. Spoiler alert for a 50-year-old movie. In the end, when Beale's ratings drop, the network decides he's worth more to them dead than alive. They assassinate him on live TV to get one last ratings bump. Okay, it's an extreme metaphor, but when you think about it, it is the ultimate destination of the creator economy. You're only as valuable as the views and engagement you generate. The second you stop feeding the beast is the second you're discarded. And you can take that metaphor or prediction even further. As social platforms continue to open up gateways for AI content to not just steal the hard work of human content creators, they're also paving the way for machines to do all of the work independently of humans. Increasingly, we're seeing machine-created content. Now, at the minute, we're assuming that it's a human using a generative tool to create video or a social media post that another human being will interact with. But given that there are now countless AI platforms that can not only create content independently, but can also automate comments and engagement, pretty soon we're going to enter an era specifically where machines are creating content for machines without the need for a human at all. And actually, when you ask AI how much of the internet is made up of human traffic, it estimates that human beings only make up 49% of web traffic, replaced by bots, AI, and automation. The dead internet is no longer just a harebrained theory. And from your own experience of social media and just being online in general these days, you can see and feel how superficial it all looks and feels. There's real problems in the world these days. There's a lack of connectivity and an overabundance of anger. The divisions in society are very real, and they only ever seem to get worse. But how much of that rage, how much of that division is genuine? How can we tell? Well, the truth is we can't. So what do we do, and what can be done? The network suggests that it's already too late to just simply turn it off. We've mutated, dehumanized. But maybe there is one small thing that we can do that could have a lasting impact. We can simply refuse to consume the slop. We can demand human creativity, human connection, human flaws, and human commentary. After all, as Howard Beale says,
I'm a human being, god damn it! My life has value!
Granted, we're supposed to see him as a mad prophet, but I think that sentiment is worth fighting for. I think the truth is of the utmost importance, and yes, as AI takes greater and greater steps into the arts and the media, that fight is hard, and it's getting harder every day. But that doesn't mean that we should capitulate and give in. The truth matters. The human experience matters. These things in our pockets, the digital environment, these are awesome and powerful tools that have the potential to help humanity as we go into the future. But they mustn't replace us. They have to stay as what they are, tools. Otherwise, all of this innovation, all of this technological advancement, what's it all for? If you haven't seen The Network, it is a truly awesome film and definitely worth your attention, so I can't encourage you enough to take the time to watch it. If you'd like to see me do more on The Network, then let me know in the comments and I'll definitely do that. For now, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you took something from it. If you did, please do consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like and a comment. Let me know your thoughts on our current collective predicament. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.